Yusuf Bahadur Keskin is a professor at Amasya University. He's joining us now to discuss the recent developments surrounding Turkey's fight against terror and its operations against the PKK terror group. Good to see you, Yusuf.
Good to see you, Mrs. Nasheed.
Now, British politician George Galloway has stated that the CIA orchestrated the attack on Turkish aerospace industries using the PKK. How credible do you find Galloway's assertion, considering historical context of U.S. involvement in the region?
Yes, thank you. Before I start, first of all, today is October 29th, the Republic Day of Turkish nation. I congratulate this day of all Turkish people. I wish for many centuries. I respectfully commemorate and remember our martyrs and veterans. As for your question, Galloway is a well-known name in British politics, but he's also a name who enjoys attracting some attention also. We have heard similar sensational statements from him before in time. For example, regarding the Iraq war. Let's also add this. He has many experience regarding especially Iraq or the working system of the United States, because they worked together in Iraq with Britain. He was a retired soldier. He fought in Iraq, we know. In fact, there is a situation here. If anyone other would make this claim, it would also be credible. It would also be true. Why? We all know that the U.S. foreign policy has many issues, many criminal records in these matters, these kind of matters. They support military coups. They support and they arm terrorist organizations. They set traps for allied armies or governments or states. Therefore, it looks like Galloway's statements are not irrelevant. Who is behind this attack? PKK. And who are brother with PKK? PYD, YPG, SDF, and who is arming these terrorist organizations for years in Syria, in Iraq? We all know that the answer is United States of America, the US. Can you say they are not providing technical support? Can you say they are not sharing intelligence with these terrorist groups? No one can say. Therefore, there is some truth to Galloway's claims. The United States has used these kind of terrorist organizations in this region for many years, for more than half century, and they have been supporting the PKK behind the scenes in Turkey's fight against PKK. And they have also been supporting the Fethullahist terrorist organization for many years. They attempted a military coup 8 years ago in Turkey. And it would not be surprising for anyone if the United States wanted to prevent Turkey's effort to destroy terrorist organization PKK.
Now, following the attack on Turkish aerospace industries, which resulted in 5 fatalities and 22 injuries, what immediate measures do you think the Turkish government is now implementing to enhance security at defense industry facilities?
Unfortunately, we experienced a prideless terrorist attack last week. Turkey has fought against terrorism for more than a half century. Maybe it's about 70 years. We have lost many martyrs. We have suffered, and politically, countries who cannot openly show their hostility towards us, towards Turkey, have always used such kind of terrorist organizations. This last TIA attack follows the same style, and Turkey is preparing for a strategic move. The PKK is attacking to sabotage this. Let's have a look. The location of the attack is also significant. Turkish aerospace industries. It's a brainless attack. It was targeting many unarmed citizens and TAI staff. For a long time, there has been a successful fight for Turkish army against terrorism by Turkish army. We see actually intense security measures, especially in metropolitan cities, Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, many others. Even in my town, Amasya, we can see. And we know that Turkey is an experienced country in the fight against terrorism. We have learned a lot through our experience, through our suffers. We will learn a lot from this as well. It's very important not to become complacent in this matter. Also, the intelligence agency, Turkish intelligence agency, has a major role to play as well, because it's very difficult to prevent such kind of attacks without intelligence. And I hope this will be the last misfortune we experience, I hope.
Now, the PKK has been designated as a terrorist organization by several countries. What impact do you believe the attack on Turkish aerospace industries will have on the Turkish government's anti-terror operations against the PKK-YPG, especially considering their recent operations have reportedly left the group with little room to maneuver?
We know that the terrorist organization has lost a huge power recently in last years. The Turkish defense industry has tied the organization's hand in many different sectors. Especially our armed drones are keeping safe our borders. They don't allow the PKK terrorists to pass our border freely. Therefore, the organization may resort to such sensational actions. In the following process, the Turkish armed force will probably accelerate their operations, their attacks to terrorist organizations, and many terrorist locations have already been targeted in Syria and Iraq. In our discipline, terror strategies may continue to resort to such actions to survive, to consolidate its militants. As I just mentioned, there is a significant responsibility on Turkish intelligence agencies. Determination in the fight against terrorist organizations must continue. Operational areas can be expanded. A more comprehensive military operations can be conducted in the north of Syria, the north of Iraq, the location of terrorist organizations, especially if we consider why targeted institutions, TIA, are being attacked. We can understand that. We need to work more and more and more in these sectors, or we should ask what events led this attack. Politically, geopolitically. Let's remember, the leader of MHP, Devlet Bahçeli, made a proposal for the PKK to lay down its arms. And what happened to other? Terrorist Fethullah Gülen is dead. Also, another geopolitical issue, Ankara has increased its dialogue with BRICS. We should we should make an evolution in this context, I think.
Now, in the context of Galloway's assertion about BRICS reshaping the world and ending U.S. control over financial systems, how are you viewing the potential impact of BRICS on global security frameworks and alliances?
Yes, BRICS is very important, I think. BRICS has emerged as a prominent organization in recent years. However, the economic aspect of this organization stands out. Half of the world population and 1/3 of the capital money and are in the countries of this organization. But it can be debated whether it's fully functional or not yet. Even its capacity and its functions in economic terms, I think it's questionable yet. I think it's still too early for also a military alliance aspect. So we know that China and India are part of this organization. And we all know that these countries are serious rivals, serious competitors in geopolitics. How much cooperation can they engage in? I'm not sure, especially in security terms, in military terms. Yes, everyone knows that Turkey should also benefit from the opportunities of this alliance. I support this idea, but I still see European countries as still valuable, maybe as more valuable for especially Turkey's economic interests. Look, there is a reality here. I constantly explain this to my students always. Turkey is a developing country. It has a population advantage. It has a geographical advantage. It has many infrastructure advantage. And Europe has not this kind of advantage. There are features in Turkey that are not found in Europe. But BRICS countries are not like this. They all resemble Turkey in many indicators, population, infrastructure. They are in a competitive position with Turkey. Yes, please don't misunderstand me. We should cooperate with them as well. But we cannot turn our backs to Europe, on Europe. As for security, Turkey has been a part of NATO for nearly 75 years. It's an important component. Yes, some NATO countries do not act in accordance with the spirit of alliance. Some of them support PKK, but this organization is very valuable for Turkey. We must not overlook this. Today, Turkey-Russia relations may be in a good shape. However, it's not progressing in an institutional framework. It's advancing through the strong dialogue between the leaders, between President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Russia's leader Vladimir Putin. But if you look at history, Russia was one of the most important factors in the decline or in the fall of Ottoman Empire. Also, during the Cold War, the greatest threat for Turkey was also the Soviet Union. I'm not saying we should be enemies today, but however, one fact remains. The greatest threat to Turkey is still Russia. I'm not saying this in the sense that Russia or Russians are bad. The main question, their interest conflict. They will continue to clash maybe in future. Turkey should never turn its back on NATO or on Europe because we have many common security measures. However, we need to read the changing world very well. BRICS is valuable economically. I don't think it can be effective on security issues, on military issues. certainly our policymakers in foreign affairs are evaluating this issue directly. It should also be noted that Turkey's membership, possible membership, adds significant value to BRICS, especially in economic, in political, in geopolitical terms. But I think the BRICS members are aware of this as well.
Lastly, President Erdogan has emphasized Turkey's sincere intent to join BRICS at the recent summit in Kazan. Now, how does he envision Turkey's role within BRICS contributing to a more equitable global order, and what specific initiatives might Turkey propose to enhance the bloc's objectives?
The partnership between Turkey and BRICS will provide strategic gains, strategic advantage for both sides, not only for BRICS, not only for Turkey. As the BRICS partnership grows, the hegemony established by the United States, by the West, with the dollar, through the dollar, will also be shaken. Everyone is sure about it. Geopolitical balances may also change. President Erdogan has a book. What's the name of this book? A Fairer World is Possible. No one will willingly relinquish the superiority they have established in the world. Breaking this power is not the only way to restore this order. War is not the answer. Such international collaborations are also very valuable. We know that there are many countries within the organization that want Turkey. There may certainly be those who don't want it as well. You would agree that Turkey is not a state confined to Anatolia alone. However, countries should not prioritize their individual interest in this process. For example, if India refuses Turkey tightening the relations between Turkey and Pakistan, it will also be harmed by that. When international organizations are established, national balances should not be so decisive. International organizations are shaped within the framework of liberal theories on international relations. And what the liberal theory says, actors that mutually benefit within international organizations avoid war with each other. And economic integration brings political integration along. And yes, BRICS has a great power. Also, BRICS can be a greater power. Its value will increase significantly with new strategic membership like Turkey, like Saudi Arabia, maybe. It may provide opportunities to address imbalances in the global economy. It could play a critical role in maybe energy security. These are very valuable for building a global security. Turkey holds strategic significance for this organization. It's one of the closest actors to Europe, if we ignore Russia, because they have a troubled relations between Russia and Europe. Also, Turkey is one of the closest actors for the BRICS to the Middle East, to the energy resources. Right next to Europe, as I said, Russia might be similar, but there is a great trade between Turkey and the European Union. It has significant importance for energy and trade routes. The next few years, in the short term or in the medium term, could be decisive for the future of BRICS. BRICS countries need to make the right decisions, especially the membership of Turkey. This is also necessary for a huge global transformation they are looking for. I hope things go well for our beautiful country, Turkey, and I hope the injustice, wars, hunger in the world come to an end. I hope the genocide, we never forget, we never skip this. The genocide in Gaza and the human rights violations in Palestine come to an end soon. And thank you. I once again celebrate the Republic Day of the Turkish nation on October 29. I wish you a good broadcast.
Thank you, Yusuf Bahadur Keskin, and thank you for your analysis.